called Nerd Do Well, is the book. It's a slightly self-aggrandizing title, but it's just a little bit more of a nicer play on words, so it kind of... I think it's a bit up myself to say I've done well, but it's not to say that I'm a nerd, so it balances out. There's a kind of like a fiction story, which is... There's 12 chapters of a fiction story. I think I might actually write a novel about that character now, because I just love writing it so much. But every time I got a bit fed up of going on about myself, which you kind of have to do in this business a lot, because you're always doing press, and then you write a biography, so that's inevitably what that's about. I would compensate by writing the fiction about myself as a well-built, sexually devastating superhero.
With a robot named Canterbury.
With a robot butler called Canterbury.
Are you going to probe us? Why does everyone always assume that?
Growing up for me, that was my big interest. I loved that kind of stuff. I was obsessed with zombies as a kid. I was a crazy Star Wars fan, and I've parlayed that love into a career, you know. A lot of my creative output has been about people who are defined by popular culture. Going right back to Spaced was a sitcom about two people who live their lives literally through the prism of popular culture. So everything that happens in their life seems like it's come from somewhere, like, oh, that was like The Matrix, or that was like The Shining, or whatever. Shaun of the Dead is we take a very known quantity in popular culture, which is the zombie movie, and we use that as a metaphor. Hot Fuzz, similarly. Paul was just about two guys who devote their lives to science fiction and become involved in what becomes science fact.
Oh, man, I'm going to miss these.
I tend to tweet when I walk, Minnie, because I'm just walking around the block and I'm bored. I've got my phone, so I was like, oh, I'll tweet now. Keep me company. I've got, like, you know, some people to keep me company while I wander around the block, because Minnie's not talkative. She's not a social animal. She tends to just bark at foxes and defecate. And she also became like a default subject for me, because I don't really like to talk about, obviously weird as I've written a biography, but I'm conflicted about talking about very private things, you know, like my home life is mine, but Minnie I can kind of sacrifice on the altar of divulgence.